I had to be real. And sometimes being real means that it's actually the judgment that you come up with in the end is like actually that, okay, you are the villain, which feels like it's mean, but it's not mean. It's honest. And then I think in looking at, well, how did you get to become the villain, you know? And then you realize, well, I did the best I could with what I had or with what I knew at the time. Or I didn't trust God. I didn't believe.
You see the worst of me, you see my ugly, but you think I'm beautiful. Why do you love me? Why are you so wonderful? I can't do you justice. Writing this song.
So I think that the story is not for everybody. I don't think everybody gets to be on the journey with you. I mean, realistically, let's say we're in a vehicle, like there's gonna be but so many passengers this vehicle can fit. I think me being even like wanting to be vulnerable and wanting to be vocal about what I've gone through and my journey, I recognize that everything is not for everybody. I think what makes my story, that story is about my husband and I think it was at a moment where we were in a crossroads, like, hey, what are we actually doing? Let's look at our relationship. Let's see what we have here. Why can't we get to tell our story? Who are they to say that it shouldn't go this way? Baby, I believe it's a real good story. And who are they to say that it shouldn't go this way? Why can't we? Why can't we? I'm gonna do it again. I always overthink in the beginning. I wrote that song from a place of hope. Like, you know what? Things aren't perfect. Things have not always gone right, but I think that this is a good story. And I think that there's a shame in telling your testimony and telling the things that you've gone through, your struggles. And I was really just trying to write the song to him, basically saying like, hey, we shouldn't be ashamed of what we're going through. I think that we have to actually live this thing out because our shame is causing us to pull back from it and not be honest about where we are.
Sometimes I wish the world could know all that we've been through. Yeah. You might think I'm brutally honest, but I'd risk it all for truth. And there's nothing more true than me loving you. Our story might be crazy, but maybe, baby, that's just one point of view.
It's hard to come out because I feel like there's a part of me that I'm not really a matrix person, but I'm like, I feel like I took the red pill. I think that's the one. And I woke up to a lot. And I think talking to people, interacting with people who haven't yet like come into the truth of it, it's kind of frustrating sometimes, or not frustrating, but difficult. Like Good Story, that song is not about really so much telling everybody. I think the telling is the living it. And I think the only way that we get through to the end is to actually live it out and be unashamed about it.
And who are they to say that it shouldn't go this way? Baby, I believe it's a real good story. So who are they to say that it shouldn't go this way?
People think that the length of time you've been married is a testament to the actual success of the marriage. And I don't believe that that's always true. There were things that I could only talk to God about. Nobody else really understood what I was going through. And the things I felt like I was too crazy to tell anybody else, you know, I could tell him. And I knew that God wasn't going to judge me. Who are they? Yeah.
Okay.
Because I feel like that is ultimately like, now I'm pissed actually. Like, not really mad. It's like you're pleading with the person you love, like, don't worry about anybody else. It's me and you know?
Yeah.
And so I could, if we comp like what we really love and then find that maybe I should say something a little different, I feel like I can go in and kind of say that.
So do we really like the beginning of this last one?
The one you just played?
No.
So yeah, I have a cousin who said to me once, she was like, my husband never sees my toenails like unpainted. Like, he didn't see me without makeup. And I was like, huh? I think if couples want to remain couples, and that could be a marriage, that could be a friendship, that can be a parental, familial relationship. If you want to stay in a relationship, you have to be able to be unfixed up. If I'm honest, my husband and I have chosen to not really deal with things in the past and kind of not live it out and not even have a story to tell because we've just wanted to be good. So we were silent and didn't deal with certain issues. But I think instead of fully dealing with our pain, our hurts, unforgiveness, and resentments, we've kind of just smoothed it over like, okay, don't want any problems. Like, let's just wake up tomorrow and do it again. And that wasn't healthy.
If they look a little closer, they might understand the way love works. Some things need no rhyme or reason. Sometimes love gets mixed up in life and it hurts.
I guess, like, I had to look at old mistakes and things I've done and almost judge it, but from a non-judgmental space. Like, rejudge it, reassess and be kinder to myself than I think I had been in the past.
But if they look a little closer, they might understand the way love works. Some things need no rhyme or reason. Sometimes love gets mixed up in life and it hurts. What can we get to tell our story, babe?
I'm the person that can like talk about myself to myself like, oh girl, we not good, right? Yeah, don't tell her. It's kind of like, okay, don't say anything. Just keep going because you're just used to everything just working out. And I think for a moment, I started to believe that, oh no, this doesn't have to work out the way that I always think it will.